Hello everyone. Thanks for joining me today to look at the WebSlider control. A quick overview to get yourself familiar with the WebSlider control and how you can customize it to use it within your application. Now, with the new design patterns, pretty much everybody is familiar with the WebSlider, how it sort of interacts. You see it in the new Windows applications where it's called trackbar, a new web interface where you can slide to select value using a slider control and also select ranges. So here I have dragged and dropped the WebSlider on my form. And remember, this is in the Keto control, and the Keto framework is built on ASP.NET Ajax extensions. So I'll need the script manager as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on my form as well. I have that, and all of the controls come with rich server-side and client-side functionality. So to show some client-side stuff, I'll put a label in there as well. Once we have that, without doing anything, I'm just going to run this page. Okay, at runtime, you should see the slider, and it's set up with default. The minimum value be 0 and the maximum value be 100, and we see the thumb, so we can slide and easily see the values being selected. Now it also comes with the plus and minus buttons. You can customize that. Everything is customizable via CSS and so on. Tooltips and everything are enabled in the control. Let's close that and let's set some properties on the control. Now, first of all, I want to use it for my range, not just a single value calculator. So to enable range, there's a secondary value thumb that I can use. So first of all, I need to enable secondary value. So I'm going to enable that. And now I automatically see that everything is selected. And I want to set up a default value. So I'm going to say start with the, let's say 10. And the secondary value, I want it to be, let's say 80. And that's my default. I can also set up some tick marks so that I see, instead of just ticks, I see some values. I can set, say, so that the ticks, it would show me the tick marks. So I would say 10 here, and I can see the labels showing up. Now there are crunch up. I can expand the control, and I see the tick marks. Now notice that it's showing me double values. Now I want to use it just for integer values. So I can do that, selecting the value type of the control. So instead of giving me double, I wanted to give me integer value. So again, you can see here, you can customize what the return type of the control is going to be at both client and server side. So I can select integer, and I see the values in integer here as far as the tick marks are concerned. I can run this, and now I see a range slider with the tick marks being set as integers, and I can easily slide it. I can use the click thumb to a marker, and it would basically snap the thumb to that interval. And similarly for my maximum value as well, the same thing will happen. Now, if I select the thumb and I use the increment or decrement value button, it will basically change the selected range. So currently selected the secondary value. If I select the primary value, it will do the same thing with my minimum value thumb. Now I want to capture the value of my slider on the client side. So what I'm going to do is anytime the values change in my slider, I want it to be notified on the client, and I want to do something. So here, since we have a label, what we're going to do is we're just going to update the minimum and maximum value and display inside of the label. Now I have two events here. I'm going to expand that so that we can see that there are more events that you can capture. I'm going to say whenever the values change, I want you to fire the slider value changed event. Once I do that, and remember, for all the Keto controls, the method signature on the client is the same. So let's go ahead and create a handler for it on the client. I'm going to say script language to JavaScript, and I have other stuff written already, so I'm not going to write all the code, but just to create the handler real quick. And it's called the slider value changed, and sender and event args, or whatever you want to call it. Once we have the handle created, now all I want to do is basically update the label. Go to my notepad, and I have the code here real quick. I'm going to paste it in there and just go over with you what I've really written here. Is basically I'm using the sender, which will give me the actual slider control on the client because we are in one of the events that are fired by the slider. So slider.getValue is going to give me the minimum value. Slider.get secondary value is going to be the maximum value, which is the maximum value thumb. Now I get the label, the ASP.NET label that's on the client, and I'm then use the inner text property to basically modify its text and make it visible. So I'm going to run this again. And here I have it saying slider value change for value change should be a function. So which means that I have some error in my event how I have named it. So let me go ahead and check it. Slider value change I should be called. So again, this is some slider. See, I missed an R here. So again, there is a sort of UX built into this control, which will make sure that when you're typing it, it will not blow out with the JavaScript error. It will give you some useful information as you go along with the control. So that's a good thing to learn as well. So here I'm changing a value. Minimum value is 37 because I'm changing the min value. And if I change the max value, again, the value change event fired and those things are updated. So again, thanks for watching this quick overview of the WebSlider control.
Infragistics. On the web at infragistics.com.